This clay figure is going to be a little bit different than other ones that I've created because we're going to use this plastic ball. This you can find at crafting stores or things like that. You can also find them online, but make sure you be really sure that you know you're getting the right size. This one is 3 centimeters. What I mean by that is we don't have centimeters and millimeters where I live, we use inches. So it was really hard for me to know what 3 centimeters would look like. So I ordered a couple different sizes and, well, 3 centimeters seemed to work the best. I think this one will be the final regular show creation we make. Unless you guys want me to create more, you can let me know in the comments. But there's a lot of other cartoons from Cartoon Network I want to start creating clay figures from. So if you can tell, this character is a gumball machine. He's starting to look like it more so now. The first part we created is where you put the coin in and turn it, and then the gumballs can come out. And this bottom part here is the chute that you lift open and you can grab your gumball. So now the body is basically complete, and we can break out the wires. I'm using some aluminum wire, but any kind of wire will work. In the show, Mordecai and Rigby are the 2 sort of main characters, and they're always getting into trouble, not listening to their boss, who is Benson. So he always has this clipboard checking over their work, make sure they did what they're supposed to do. So I'm going to have his hands in a position of holding the clipboard. Oh, those are looking a little weird, let's reposition those. Okay. So now let's move on to our next part, which will be creating the legs. And sort of like the last one we made, Pops, we're going to need some wires because it's a tall, sort of bigger clay figure. Some characters you can get away with, like I think all of the Pokemon, I didn't have to use any wires. But not with these guys because they're just too tall. So now that we've coated the wire, we can make some holes with a different wire and place them in. That seems to work good so you don't really distort the shape of the legs that you just put the clay on. So now we'll create the clipboard, and after we bake it, we'll add some drawings in it to make it look a little bit more realistic. So here's the clipboard and our piece of paper we'll put right on there. And now we also need a pencil for his other hand. I really like creating things this tiny, all of these little miniature details. And I think I want to create some more miniature things in the future too. But for now we'll stick with some bigger clay figures like this. Now we can take some pink clay. I had to mix some white with it to make it a little bit lighter colored. And this will be for the inside. I was always sort of confused because it looks like it's facial hair, sort of like a shadow. But it also looks like gumballs, and he has a gumball machine, so I think we'll go with that one. But this is all inside of him. So let's coat that, and this clay we won't be able to bake, and hopefully that will work out just fine. I've never tried something like this, so let's put them together, and well, I think this looks pretty nice. And this will be for the head, so we can't bake the head because this plastic will melt, so I've made this foil ball about the same size, and we'll build the face on top of this, and then we can take the face off of the foil and glue it onto the plastic once it's done baking. And I'm really hoping this idea will work out. If not, I don't really have any ideas how to make Benson's head. So now working on the facial details, we have the eyebrows, and he has another eyebrow on top, sort of like he's always scowling because he's always angry about something. Now we have the nose, which is created the same way as the chute for the gumball machine. Just a few details left here. We have his mouth, which is, well, it's never in a smile, it's always in some sort of grumpy face. So now let's get everything on the tray, and Benson is ready to get baked. After baking, let's take some super glue to assemble everything together. So let's see here if the face actually worked. And yes, I think it's actually working. Yes, it comes off, and let's glue it onto the face. And everything's working out really well so far. Now let's glue the head onto the body, and let's get the clipboard going. So here I wanted to draw out maybe a little bit of a checklist, you know, see what they have to do throughout the day, and surprisingly some of the things are actually checked off. So now let's put the clipboard and the pencil into Benson's hand. And it seems that I forgot something. I don't know how I could forget such an important detail, but on top of Benson's head is sort of the top of the gumball machine. So let's create the second headpiece using the same ball of foil. And he also has this little antenna. So now let's take those off of there and glue those together. This I had to use a pliers for because this was such a tiny little piece. There's no way I could do it with my fingers. And now the little ball on top, and let's glue that onto Benson's head. And here it is, guys, Benson. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did. If you were enjoying my videos, please consider subscribing to my channel so you don't miss any other videos. And I'll see you all next Saturday.